type of morning person, not a wake up and go. Um,
Yeah.
so I've only gone to the gym in the morning, I think like 4 times total. But that's because if I had something I wanted to do, I'm not giving up my my workout to do it. And
Mhm.
I want to be able to have balance in my life. And so I'll go in the morning. Except for it just gives me, like, hella anxiety because I'm like, "Am I gonna get to work on time? Am I gonna have to cut this workout short?" But
How
every
fast I gotta
yeah,
do
I gotta go, no recovery, like, let's just hit it,
this.
and I will say, though, I've never been late, and I've always finished the workout, so, um, yeah, it's if you wanted to, you would, like, if you feel like, "Oh, I'm not getting my steps in," buy one of those steppy things that you step on under your desk. Like if you're working at a desk job, okay, they're like $40. Just get one, ask someone for it as a gift. Like you can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. Just do it. And you're gonna be tired and then you're gonna get over it. And then you're
Yeah.
gonna go to sleep and you have the best sleep of your life.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's so true. And like, I feel like too, it is a balancing act, but everyone else has to define, like you mentioned, like you have busy days, but like you don't have maybe as many responsibilities. Like everyone has to find like what their balance is and what that looks like for them. And like that's our job, right? Like that's our job, is to help you find that balance and like what's realistic, what can you actually execute and what can't you execute. Um, but I think that's so important. And now, we know like what we want to focus on and what we want to like do going forward. Um, but yeah, like I'm super excited for your reverse and obviously your wedding, because I feel like this has been like, I don't even know, such a long awaited, like January, I learned about this, 10 months in the making.
It has been a complete 180. Like on our call, I broke down and started crying. Like, and you're like, you're gonna be thinking to yourself, how did I start crying with this stranger on the internet? Like
Yeah.
forever from now when we become close or whatever. You said something like
Yeah.
that. And it's true. I did. I was so sad and I felt like I was so broken. I felt like I didn't deserve to be in my relationship. I didn't deserve to eat. I didn't deserve to be seen in public. Like I felt like I was I'm really harsh on myself, so no one should feel this way, but, like,
Yeah.
I just felt like I did not deserve like, people shouldn't have to have the burden of looking at me, like, that's genuinely how I felt, and I was so ready for change, and it shouldn't have to get to that point to, like, wanna live a healthy life, and
Yeah.
as you start to feel better, like, your why becomes different, like, my why was I was really sad and before and now it's my why is oh, I want to maintain being healthy. I want to feel good and feel healthy and sleep good and be able to wear clothes and not like feel uncomfortable in them. Like, yes, Allie said she cried during her consultation with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and it just, and then, like, also healing, like, mentally, like, we did that whole book club thing, um, and there's a lot of interesting points in there, and it's just there's this whole thing, mind, body, soul, like,
Yeah.
has been super healing. It's a complete 180, and I feel like a different person.
That's, you made me cry.
Your turn to cry, so let's see it.
Like let it all out. No, and it is like, it it happens like more often than I care to admit, with like getting on these initial calls with women, and we let ourselves get to such a dark place, like and then we try so hard and we fail so many times that we think like we're not even worthy of the effort, like why bother, and then people let it go for so long, and it's like it's sad and it's scary. And I just sent out an email about this, about like these are the best years of our lives right now, like 20s, 30s, 40s. Like we should be living it up, not hiding from the camera and not going to social events because we're afraid of like what people are going to think, or not being as intimate with our spouse because we hate how we look. And like, that's not healthy. Like that's not normal. And we shouldn't obsess over food and obsess over the scale. And if I eat this, am I going to hate myself in the morning? And it's so sad to think about like the amount of energy that we put into that. And I'm like, dude, I built a massive business in 2 years because I healed what I healed in myself. because I didn't have the fucking mental energy or the wherewithal or the time to even think about something like this, because I was so obsessed with food. At every barbecue, every party, I was like, I want to eat. What's the food? How do I burn this off later? Right. And it's really cool to just be indifferent with food. Like, sure, like I just told somebody this earlier, like if my husband says tonight's sushi night, like you best believe I'm doing cartwheels down to Sushi Zen. Like it is on like dog on, right? But so I still have that like emotional part with food in that capacity, but it's not toxic anymore. It's fun and it's good and it's balanced, and it's because I love my body and I love where it's at and I love what it can do for me, despite all the shit it put me through for 2 years and counting. But no, I think it's it speaks volumes that you came from that place and you came to me in that like mental state of like, is this even gonna fucking work? Like what else, and now look at you, you're just like a fucking macro tracking machine, and you lift and you do all the things, and we're making future plans, and it's just been really cool. And I think there's so much power in everything you shared and just your whole journey. And I think it's super impactful for people to hear, clients and not clients, just a reminder of like why you're here and what you want, and like what are you going to do about it? Like you want to change and you hate where you're at, like what are you going to do about it? Is there anything else you can think of that you want to like share or point out? Or I mean, I feel like we shared a lot. This is a full hour. I totally did not expect that.
Sorry, everybody.
Good. It's so good. So it's gold.
No, I think that's I mean, there's a million little things every single day, but you just have to find what works for you. And I feel like I could answer specific questions, and maybe I'll have people like ask questions if they want.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give it a sec to see if anybody has anything. Somebody did comment about going out to eat and guessing being the biggest anxiety. And I think that's a mental hurdle, because I think that, we're so used to associating eating food out being bad, right? And when you're in the depths of a deficit, sure, it's annoying because like we're trying to be really on point with things. But in terms of like reversing and maintenance and living life, like that should not be stressful. We just have to be more conscious of our choices. Like sometimes we choose the fajitas and skip the tortillas, and sometimes we eat the fucking quesadilla, with all the cheese. Like it's that's the balance. It's like you have to like, what is the day today? What's coming up? What's important to you? And even in a deficit, I talk to clients about like if there's weddings or events, weigh out the pros and cons. Like, is it your sister's wedding and it's the best vacation of your life, and like you want to live in the moment? Go fucking live in the moment. Like I'm not going to say like, well, make sure you track everything, right? But like if it's your like second cousin's like neighbor's third wedding, like is it worth it for you to like get wasted and not hear macros? Probably not. Like not the most memorable night. So you have to decide like when are those moments worth the sacrifice, and when is it time to just like hit the pause button and live a little bit. So I think that's important too. But it's also trial and error. Like you've eaten out, you've gone to weddings, you've traveled, like you've done a lot of things during this deficit. So I think like you develop that trust in yourself too, more like as you go. And when you do it and you see like, okay, my world didn't crumble the day after eating out, like in a deficit, I think that's important too. Is like some of that just comes with time and like learning and navigating that. But no, I think this was good. I think this was so helpful for people. And obviously I'm super excited for wedding pictures and all of the things to come. I think that's it tonight. If people have questions when they watch this, I'll make sure I like tag you or something, or you should see it. But since you commented, but I think I'm going to be like bugging clients to be like, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. You need to watch this. Because I think it's important.
I don't understand how people can do this like without, doing this for like a year. Like I feel like we have to get through each holiday to help a lifetime. Like it should be called like total holiday package. Like year. Like we need to go around
4th of July, Christmas, a birthday.
Yeah, like, because that's so important, I feel like. Those are the biggest slip ups, and,
Yeah,
let's get through Christmas. If you can get through Christmas, like, 3 months after Christmas, like, you're good then. I
yeah,
feel like I
yeah.
just people who are like, "Oh, I'll just do it for a couple months," like, I feel like they're not gonna get out of it what they think they're gonna get out of it unless they're trying to do, like, I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, like, just if you really, really want this and you're willing to spend money for the 3 months, like, probably do it for longer, yeah, at least 6 months. But for me, I knew what I needed and what my goals were, and I knew healthily it wasn't attainable in 6 months. So, I I did it for a year, like, that's what I signed up for, and I'm gonna do it for another year because I want help guiding through if I were to get pregnant and post-pregnancy too. I'll probably do it for 3 years. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like,
Like, I don't know, it depends when I get pregnant. We're trying to time that out too.
yeah, it's just, like, really nice to know, you have someone who is, like, rooting for you and can answer those questions, like, how am I supposed to lift when I'm pregnant? Am I supposed to keep doing, like, progressive overload? Do I do certain exercises or not? Like, how do I rebuild my abdominal wall after, like, you're gonna
Yeah,
want help. So many seasons of life, as you say, but, like, yes, that was
yeah.
my
And it
2 cents.
is like those are the biggest life changes. I mean, it's funny. I feel like Jess and I were talking about Coach Jesse and I were talking about putting together like a case study because I think we had like 20 something people who came to us and said, I just want to get in shape before I get pregnant. And they just like keep getting pregnant. And I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna keep rolling with it. But it's super cool to coach somebody to a place where they feel really good and then coach them through a pregnancy. And then they come back 6 to 8 weeks later and we're coaching them postpartum. And that's such a long process, but who knows if that's another season of life again for them or not. But if it is, they know exactly like what they can and can't do in a pregnancy and how to navigate that and when to cut back. And also just like, I mean, pregnancy is a whole nother conversation, but great time to work on your metabolism. So we'll time it out beautifully for that too. So I think it'll be awesome. But I'm excited and I'm so grateful for you and for our time together in terms of like working together. And it's just you make it super easy and super fun. And it doesn't mean hard shit is a problem, right? But we get through it, and that's really the point. And
Yeah,
I'm grateful for sharing this. I was like, hi, we're gonna do this, okay?
yeah, that is exactly how that happened.
Like, hey, we're going live. Which day do you want to do? No, but this is great. And I think this is such a powerful message. So we'll leave it at that. We hit 1 hour and 1 minute. So I'll let everyone go to bed. But I appreciate you. And if anybody has like questions for me or Gianna, please feel free to comment them. Even if you're watching the replay, we'll see them. So I think that's all. But thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you, I don't know, probably tomorrow.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.